for me to take a little bit of abuse. The guy's starting a little bit of a comeback story himself. T.J Hockenson.
Bad comeback.
Yeah, coming back from his injury, one. And also just trying to return to form. He has not been what we've seen him be in the past. And I don't know, because obviously sitting out today with the injury. We saw him sit out during training camp, and I don't know if he's still dealing with that same injury. Nonetheless, though, some people talking about trading him already.
Where they at, though? Yeah.
Monty Edwards and Maz. I didn't get to watch because I saw they talking about trading my guy, T.J Hockenson.
Ermanni and Edwards with Maz.
On WoodwardSports.com daily.
WoodwardSports.com daily. Make sure you check them out.
Check them out.
They definitely were discussing the possibility of trading T.J Hockenson, which, I looked into some candidates who possibly, we could make a trade for. And I found one guy that I'd really, really, really like. Really. Somebody I'd really like to bring in, and that is Jesse Bates III out of Cincinnati. He's a safety in Cincinnati.
You're not trading him.
You never know. Cincinnati's pretty bad.
You can
make a package.
They're worse than they thought they were going to be, but they know they could.
Pretty bad.
They know they could win. They're not going to get rid of them.
A lot worse than they thought they could be.
Yeah, but it's only 3 games in.
Yeah. But that's a guy who ESPN had it on their, potential trade block guys, because he is going, later part of his contract, he's going to require quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
Because he's a great safety. He was all NFL second team last year. You look at his stats in 2021. 88 tackles with a pick. 2020, he had 109 tackles, 3 picks. 2019, 100 tackles, 3 picks. 2018, 111 tackles, 3 picks. Like, that's a guy you could bring in as a rental, just swap with Hawk, maybe throw in a later pick or something like that to get him over here, be your rental until Tracy comes back, or, see what's going on with that situation. But that would be a guy that would vastly improve this defense and would fill a huge hole left by the injury of Tracy Walker.
Yeah, that's the thing with me. These trade rumors, or like any type of trade situation, if it's a guy that's not on the block, what are we doing? Because we really like NFL trades are just wonky. Like NBA trades, I feel like you get a good gauge on, and you could, I think it's more easier to simulate something. NFL trades, they're just wild and all over the place. Like, yeah, I would take that trade for sure. Bates is a fantastic player. Is that realistic? No, in my opinion, I don't think so. And it's like, when we demand these trades, we got to trade Hawk, like, we have no gauge on what the return is, because the NFL is just all over the place. I think Antonio Brown was traded at one point for like a 5th-round pick. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Darius Slay was traded for a 3rd-round pick, 4th-round pick. Like, it's all over the place. Gronk traded for a freaking 7th-round pick or something like that. So NFL trades, again, there's no way to, gauge. There's no way to gauge the return, though. And I think another realistic thing we got to look at, too, is the dead cap space. That's another factor into when you're making trades in the NFL. If we do trade Hockenson, which, if I'm being 100% honest with you guys, I guess I'm not opposed to. You know what I'm saying? As long as the return is something of value or equal to, or obviously I want to be on the winning side of the trade. I don't want to just give him away for nothing, because reality is the kid does have potential. We've seen him go to the Pro Bowl. We've seen him do amazing things when he's healthy. So I just want to make sure that we're on the winning side of it. I don't want to do a Darius Slay type trade or a
Brad
Diggs
Holmes
type
is
trade.
not going to make a Bob Quinn trade.
Yeah, I'm with you. I agree.
He's not going to let that happen. He's not going to get fleeced.
Yeah.
And if you're getting fleeced, you'd have to get something real bad to get fleeced for T.J Hockenson.
Yeah. But back to the point even about the dead cap space, if we do it, has to be this year, because this year it'd be a $6 million hit in our books, and still not having for the rest of the season. If we do it next year, 9.
Option is, with 9.4, I think.
Yeah. So we just take a $9.4 million hit to the books. For what? Because it's truly, if we feel if he's as garbage as he's been this season, what is the trade value for him? It's not going to be Bates, who's a second All-Pro or second team All-Pro, because Hockenson isn't that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
How do you value the level of the offense versus the defense? There's huge gaps between the Lions' offense and defense right now. How much offense are you willing to sacrifice to level up the defense and vice versa, or do you just ride it out? Because that's kind of something that I'm trying to learn NFL trade value here. So,
that's the thing, though. NFL trade value is it's the craziest.
It's in the eye of the older.
Yeah,
The beholder.
It's in the
Yeah.
eye. The beholder.
You heard it.
Shout out to
You
Go
know
Blue
it.
in the Woodward Sports chat.
Facts.
But yeah, no, there's like it's just so tough to gauge NFL trades, man. It really is. Like some guys get off on NFL trades. So I mean, it's really tough. I think the one thing I guess that holds like most value, I'd say, is quarterbacks and like first round picks. Hawk's not going for like anything near that caliber. He's one of the position groups where like you just don't know what the hell you're gonna get, and like there's no way to even say, like, you know what I'm saying, where we're gonna address the offense in this trade, we're gonna address the defense in this trade. Knowing Brad Holmes and what he's capable of, I hope that we get draft value back, because then you could turn that into another Malcolm Rodriguez or Amon St. Brown. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think Hawk's going for anything above a third rounder, I should say. I don't know if he's going for that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Especially considering how much money he's going to get paid next year, and if they're re-signing him. So, I mean, but he's not trash, guys. Like we've seen this guy be productive. It's not just a me fan thing, because we saw, beginning of the year, I think it was PFF or SI had an article, and he's ranked within the top 10. I statistically went back and looked, and including injuries, he's still ranked top 10 sometimes in tight end stats. Like, he can be good. What's going on this year, I can't tell you. I also got to be real with it too. Like, he's not receiving a ton of targets. Yeah, he's had drops, and maybe that's the reason why he's not receiving a ton of targets. And I got to believe, though, that this Ben Johnson offense is tailored for a guy like T.J Hockenson. He's just got to step it up. And again, maybe he's hurt. Maybe he's hurt.
Maybe he's hurt. Maybe he's dealing with something. But, that is another thing that we talked about. It's a big game for Goff, big game for Dan Campbell. It's a big game for T.J Hockenson.
Yeah.
This week against Seattle. He needs to show up and show out. He needs to, because he is going to be the second option at the very least in this offense this week if Amon St. Brown does not play.
Yeah.
So he's going to need to go out there. He's going to need to catch some balls, and he's going to need to prove that he is worth what people were talking about paying him. So I expect him to. I said it earlier this week. I expect him to get, around 8 catches, 80 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah.
So hopefully that comes true.